Greetings, friends! I am back!
It's good to have you back, too.
Thank you very much, Selah. It's good to be back. Yes, the last vlog, just in case you missed it, Selah and Lacie were the hosts for the vlog last time. They were the hostesses for the vlog last time. But I am back this time and glad to be back. I was doing a number of things, number of projects. She had to give me a high five because I'm back. But I've been doing a number of projects, so they helped me out in doing the vlog and doing some other projects that they did in the last vlog with moving a lot of the wood around. And we all have been taking advantage of the drier days. Yes, we had record-breaking rains, but then last week it was drier and we are very thankful that it was drier around here. But we actually had some record-breaking highs for February. Yes, there was a couple of days where it was 80 degrees, wasn't it?
Yeah, and hot.
Yep, it felt like it was April or May in February. But the warmer and drier temperatures allowed us to get a number of tasks done out on the farm that we got behind on from the rain. And I had ordered some landscape fabric, and it had come in at the perfect time for us to do our transplants. So once I got the landscape fabric, I was carrying it around. I felt strong. I felt like Arnold carrying around this big landscape fabric. Then we rolled it out, started putting the pins in, setting it up for our transplants. So as we were setting up the landscape fabric, I like to work with listening to music that makes you feel good. Music like the 80s music.
80s!
And while we were setting up the landscape fabric, we had that music going in the truck just right outside the market garden. And Micah must have really liked this one song that came on, because he just started running right up to the truck to listen to the music and get a little bit, so he could get closer to hear it better. Once we laid down the landscape fabric and pinned it in place, next Lacie prepped the propane tank so we could burn holes in the landscape fabric to plant our transplants into. And we do that because it keeps out the weeds. So that way our plants, they come up, they're in the holes and they grow, but the landscape fabric around the plant suppresses the weeds, the unwanted plants. And if you want to see a video on how I do that, exactly how I make the landscape fabric, roll it out and push the holes in, you can click right here to find that video. But once we burned the holes in the landscape fabric, it was time to do the transplants. And yes, we had a lot of Swiss chard that needed to be transplanted ASAP. And it took a team effort to do this project, because it seemed like this row that we had, this 100-foot row of Swiss chard, was never ending. It took a team effort. Yep, the family that plants together what do? What do we do? We grow together. Yep, the family that plants together grows together. So yes, this job of transplanting the Swiss chard, it seemed like it was never ending. It was a team effort, and we actually had the tag team alternating transplantings because Micah, he was in the pack and play, but then he got to the point where he just wanted to get around and move around because it was taking us that long. Also, we received some goodies from our friends at Bootstrap Farmer. Yes, we received from grow bags, some more trays to grow transplants and microgreens in, and we're going to talk about those in some videos upcoming, so make sure you stay tuned for those. On the next day, we got to bust out and use the vintage wheel hoe. Yep, I got to actually implement using the wheel hoe. Told you I plan on using it one day, and we actually got to use it. So I used it to prep our beds for our collard greens transplants. Micah was back in the pack and play to play, and as he was there, I was teaching Josiah how to do the transplants. Yeah, going over with him how to put it in, how to put those transplants in the ground, and then cover them up with the dirt around it. Trying to keep the root intact is the goal for doing your transplants. It helps them to survive and grow better. Increases their chances of survival, I should say. So can you tell everybody at home what plants these are that we're transplanting?
Collard.
Yes, they are, collard greens. As we were doing the transplants together, the clouds were coming in and out. So it was neat how it just lightened the day and then dark. I almost thought it was getting darker for me. Come to think of it, while Josiah and I were doing the transplants, where were you? Yep. You have a knack for going missing sometimes, don't you? Yep, I don't know where you were exactly, but you also got the eggs and collected the eggs that day. Yeah. And thank you very much for doing that.
Really hard one? Bam!
Woo! We actually didn't get our transplants of Swiss chard done, so we had to go back to that to finish our Swiss chard. So all this transplanting is, and all the miscellaneous tasks that we did in conjunction with our transplants, it was just a long 2 days in a row. And we got to the point where I was at the last minute watering these transplants right at sunset. We jam-packed it in. It was a jam-packed day. All right, you got your planting in, and so you need a break now. We're gonna tag, put me in the game. Well, that was just another typical farm day at Big Pond Farm. And you know what? It just gets busier from here. That's it for now. Until next time, see you next time.
See you next time.